Hey guys, welcome back. Below Average Bloggers, where we discuss affiliate marketing, website building, trying to earn passive income, and trying to just earn that magic internet money. So follow along. I will share all of my reports, my progress, my failures, my successes, and hopefully as we go through this journey together, you can learn something from my mistakes and sidestep them yourselves when you take this route. And that's it. So let's jump into the end of October earnings. I will go over the analytics, the traffic, the revenue, the good and the bad, and we'll kind of go from there. All right, so let's jump into it. Oh, quick shout out to Emilia Gardner, Chris from Niche Safari, and Fix. I will link their channels below as always. They did a live stream. They did invite me, and I really wish I could have done it because it would have been great for the channel. However, I had to work, so that is what it is. Chris, you didn't scare me off. I thought it was pretty cool. Fix, sorry to weird you out by saying you guys inspired me, but it's the truth. When you guys posted your stuff and I went back and kind of nerded out on your channels from, upwards of a year ago, your guys' journey was very similar. You had your low traffic months and low income months. So to see you guys build that up from there and continue to succeed, it's definitely inspiring. So sorry, is what it is, man. All right, so last month, this is actually September's stats. So last month when we came in, we had the site number one, my main site was 3.5 months old. It had 53 articles. Site number two was 1 month old. It had 8 articles. And site number 3 was brand new. It had 5 articles. So finishing up October. So site number 1, my main site, is now 4.5 months. It now has 77 articles. So I was able to get 24 done on it. I didn't write all 24 of those. I farmed a lot of those out. I discuss in other videos how I'll do freelance work on Fiverr or Upwork, and in exchange for that revenue I get from there, I just flip it back into content. And then site number 2 has 10 articles, and site number 3 has 13 articles. So I'm going to go over traffic for each of those, and I'm going to go over revenue for site number 1 because it's the only site that's monetized. Site number 2 and 3, we're kind of just following analytics, growth, and Search Console information. So that's what we'll do with that. All right, let's jump into Search Console. All right, so Search Console for the last 3 months. Actually, let's do the life of the site. All right. So, last 3 months on my main site, we're just about to hit, the last 4.5 months, we're about to hit 4,000 impressions, 135 clicks with an average position of 51.9. And if you go back through my previous months, you'll see that my previous positions were 70s and 80s. So my average position overall is moving up in the SERPs. My impressions are growing, although I have seen a bit of a fall off here this last week. I'm trying not to panic, but we'll see what happens. And other than that, there is good growth, good movement. Everything seems to be doing what it should. I'll just keep pumping out content, doing keyword research, and see what happens with it. All right, let's go to site number 2. This site is, how old is this site? This site is 3 months old at this point, and it has only, I don't know again, how many articles? 10 articles on it. And so let's check out that one. Still nothing. If you guys have followed my previous updates, it's kind of been dead the whole time. I'm just going to keep giving it content slowly, let it grow and age, and we'll see what happens. Average position of 83, 260 impressions, 0 clicks. And then let's go into site number 3. This is my newest site. It's only around 1.5 months old, but I feel like it's an underserved area and it seems to be doing okay for as new as it is. So 1 month old, it has 259 clicks, or 259 impressions, 13 clicks, a 5% CTR, and an average position of 23.6, which I'm happy with. All right, so let's look at Google Analytics. I'm only going to go over analytics on the main site because that's the one I'm really tracking on progress and growth right now. The other one, as they get bigger, I will. What is going on with Google Analytics? All right, so let's do October 1 through 31st. Not a whole lot going on. We had 2,150 page views, which is lower than last month, but I have a theory that because last month, September, I was applying an Avant link to all the individual merchants they have, and for them to manually approve or disapprove your site, their marketing reps or agencies or staff member has to go into your site, look it over. They look at a bunch of articles because I can tell when they've been in there. And so I think the 3,000 page views I had last month was inflated because of all the marketing agencies looking into my website through my Avant link applications. So this month I did none of those because I have pretty much everybody I want right now for Avant link. And so I think this 2,157 page views is a bit more natural growth in the actual traffic I was receiving, nothing inflated. I didn't send any visitors. I didn't send any marketing people to my website. So this month of 2,157 I think is my legitimate traffic for the month, as last month's was, I think, inflated. And so let's look at some earnings. Log into Ezoic here. So for the month of October, my earnings were $13.62. I had an EPMV of exactly $10.04. And if we go through the individual days here, you can see I had some days that were as high as $23 and some days as low as $4.30 with an average EPMV of $10. So some of these days were better than others. Some of these days were lower than others. But as you can see, with 2,000 page views, I still managed to make $13 out of it. Heck, almost $14. I'll take it. And then we jump into Avant link and we look at the month of October. We had 300. Is that October? Previous 30 days. Okay, yeah, so we're good. Yeah, last month. All right, so for Avant link, we had 350 clicks. We had one order with a commission of $5.95. And so if I take my Avant link at roughly $6 and I take my Ezoic ads at $13.64, I'm sitting right around a $20 month. And this is at month 4.5. So, I don't know where this should be at 4.5 months, but because it's not completely dead, I'll take $20. It's double what I made last month. And hopefully we can continue that progress. So for the good things this month, I got a lot of content out, which is good. All the content I put out had much better keyword research as the previous month. So that's going to be hopefully a good thing over time. And then I did a guest post for Haro and got a DA, a low 20 DA backlink. I got a good backlink from a manufacturer or one of my merchants on Avant link who I did a review about their product and they put it on their website, and that was a pretty good backlink. And then I got a big backlink from a high DA site, a DA73 site, a natural backlink too. We had wrote an article about a kind of obscure hiking boot, but it's more of a high-end hiking boot that we had just happened to own. That's why we wrote about it. And runrepeat.com, which has, according to Ubersuggest, over 2 million visitors a month. They backlinked to us as one of their expert reviews, which was awesome. It's been sending us traffic actually. So that was great. That was my first real, legit good DA backlink. That was natural. So that was great. And then lessons learned for the month. There's always lessons learned, but I think if just the theme of the month is, and it's kind of been the theme of this whole channel, as I go back through my earlier content, we know keyword research was an issue. I've talked about that previously. But on top of that, I don't like the quality of the content I put out. I think I was in such a content sprint early on to get those first 60 articles out that I go back now and look at some of those articles. I might find a grammar issue. I might find a formatting issue. I might look at it and just think, didn't really cover the question as well as I could have, as thorough as I could have. So I think this next month, I'm going to work on two things. We're 60 days out from the end of the year. I would like to hit 100 articles from my main site and work on backlink building or link building for my main site. If you've seen my other videos, I'm not going to do any backlinking. I'm not going to work on any backlinking for my two smaller sites. I'm going to let just content do its thing and see what happens, and we'll report those results here. But on this main site, I'm going to work on some backlinking. I might put some extra effort into Haro, but that, for those of you who do it, it's a time-consuming process. Doug Cunnington just put out a lot of good information about Haro. I think he's got a course with it as well. So definitely check out Haro. You can check out Doug Cunnington's stuff as well. I'll link all those down below. But Haro is a great way. It stands for Help a Reporter Out, Haro. And what they do is tons of reporters will put out an email multiple times a day that says, hey, I need someone to write or submit content about this topic. And it's everything from being a mom to outdoor adventure to tech and everything in between, medical, tech, finance, everything. So whatever your niche is, you can probably find something in Haro you can write about. And so anyway, I'm going to work on some natural link building. I'm going to work on improving my content from my old sites or my old content articles. And that's it. So month of October, we had a $20 a month. Real quick funny story. I had some sales in Amazon Associates and I was pumped. I had 3, right? And so that was a big deal for me. Well, the time for them to get shipped came and left. There was 0 commission on those sales and it didn't make any sense to me. So I emailed Amazon Associates customer support and said, hey, I just had a couple of sales through the clicks of my affiliate links. I just wanted to check in on them and see why there wasn't any commissions. And they basically said, we can't tell you how we know, the ways we use to know this stuff, but your links that were used to purchase those were purchased through friends or family. And I was like, well, I legitimately do not advertise friends or family. I don't give out my links, nothing. I do nothing with that stuff. I just put it on the site, let it do its thing. Well, come to find out, my wonderful mother knew I had a website. I think she just wanted to help me out. So she had bought some stuff for her house and used one of my links for my website. Amazon probably knew because of my shipping address, my address book, and things like that. So love you, Mom, but please don't get me kicked out of Amazon Associates. So that's going to obviously stop, and that's why I didn't get any commissions. I did have several clicks over the month. I think I had probably 130 clicks to Amazon, but the only actual commissions I got were from Mom. So that's what happened with that. But nonetheless, it was a good month. I got a lot of content out. My site grew in Google a little bit, and I had a $20 revenue month. That's all good stuff. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any comments or suggestions, definitely leave them below. I respond to everybody when they come in. I definitely like all the feedback. There's a lot of really talented people in this community. Some of them are subscribed and watching, so thank you guys, and I love your feedback. It's very helpful. And for those of you who are new and thinking about it like me, follow along, jump on, let's do this, and we'll see what happens. Thanks, guys.